Alright, what's up, guys? So, I just loaded into a new character, so I'm just gonna be yapping while I do this. Anyway, right, I have a couple of things I wanted to talk about in this video, quote unquote. This is just gonna be like probably like 30 minutes at this point of me just yapping about problems in the game. So, the first one I kind of wanted to touch on, right, was why legendaries in Deepwoken don't feel very legendary. Think about it, right? I don't know why I did that. Think about it. Every single week, a new legendary weapon is added. Just I made a week, and even the weapons that aren't legendary are added feel legendary. Think of the new like pickaxe they added, right? That's not even a legendary weapon, but it still has 2 crits. Like why? Why would they do that? They could just make it. Nobody would have complained if it was just 1 crit. I know they just took the weapon model and the weapon. Oh, not the weapon model. They took the weapon animations straight from from a dev spec. They didn't even bother changing it. All they did was change like some number tweaks. I believe the dev spec did more damage and had the same swing speed. They literally changed nothing. The weapon doesn't even make any sense. I don't even know where that thing. And then they just decided, oh yeah, like guys, let's make you guys do the worst dungeon in the entire game to go get it, because that's always fun. And yeah, the new quartstone pickaxe, it barely does more damage than medium weapon, which is good. The only thing it's good for is getting extra procs with detonation, because it only takes like 3 hits to detonate someone with a really fast swing speed. So I guess that's good, because it's doing like high medium damage while having only a slightly slower swing speed. But anyway, legendary weapons are Deepwoken, right? Every single new weapon that's added, right? There's a new weapon, and then like, what? There was two new weapons added this thing. Both of them had multiple crits, right? Well, actually, they added that like secret weapon that doesn't do jack shit, and nobody knows what it actually does. Curse of Repulsion, underwhelming. The Brood Alloy says this. The Brood Lord says this thing. That's cool. To be honest, it's not too bad. I personally think it's not that bad. I don't know. There are a lot of legendary weapons in this game at this point. So many so that you basically have a legendary weapon for any type of build you want to make. Except Blood and Ironsing. We don't talk about Blood and Ironsing. Those attunements are just getting fucked by the developers. They're like, nah, you know what? Ironsing, you're going to have your 2 legendary weapons, one of which is on a hyper-specific weapon class that you need to build 100% around, and the other one is just straight-up ass. I'm talking about the deepcrusher. The deepcrusher is straight-up ass. Nobody uses that shit. It's only good on, like, very, very specific cheese builds and on blood. Then you have what? Every other weapon type, at least 2 legendaries, except blood. Blood has none, and that's good. Blood should stay having none. Blood shouldn't even be in the game. Blood should have just been removed. They should have nerfed in the ground like Release Ironsing. Release Ironsing used to one-shot people, and current blood still one-shots people. Like, you get hit with a Scarlet Cyclone, 3/4 of your health is gone. But that's besides the point. No legendary weapons for either of those 2 attunements. But think about it. Curved. How many of you guys have curved? Like, be honest. Hold up. I'm gonna go out and back in. How many of you guys have curved? I'm willing to bet it's a lot of you. Everyone has a curved blade of winds. It is quite literally the most common thing in the entire game. You could probably, if you don't have a curved blade of winds, you can walk up to some random person and ask them if they have a curved, and they probably do. And to be honest, if you ask me, I would just give one to you if I had it on me, because I do not care. Nobody like. If I go onto my PVE right now, actually, you know what, for a showcase, let's just go onto my PVE build. Let's say my PVE. I have 4 of them. I need to find the right one. This one. If we go into my PVE build here, and I open up my inventory, you'll see this is a Diluvian PvE build. I've done diluvian a couple times on here. We'll go in here and oh, would you look at that? Oh wait, that's right. I sold all my curved blades of winds, but crypt blades, storm's eye, you know, just like a bunch of storm's eyes. You come up and ask someone for a storm's eye. They have like 10 of them. We can go into my bank. I have like a bajillion curves and crypts and everything on my bank. I have like 5 pirate keepers or something. And pirate keeper is supposed to be a hard one to get. And it's really not. I also have like 5 Imperator's Edges or some... And like... These are all legendary weapons, by the way, guys. All legendary weapons. As you can see... Hold up. Let's hit the tab. Oh my goodness, guys. Curved Blades of Winds, Deep Spindles, Crypt Blades, Imperator's Edges. Oh my gosh. How did these get here? How would I have gotten these Imperators? How would I have gotten these Pirate Keepers, guys? If you want a Pirate Keeper, join the Discord, and if enough people ask me to do a giveaway, I'll do one, and I'll be giving away some of these things because I have too many. And then yeah, I just have a robe, storm size. Nothing in this game is rare, bro. Like genuinely, I did like three diluvians, and then I got like all these curved. I sold all the ones that weren't starred, or that weren't 2 or 3 stars. The Imperator's Edges, I need to sell some of them, but I'm gonna be using one for my newest build. So, but just seeing that, bro, like I didn't even have to try very hard. You wanna know how I got all those Pirate Keepers and stuff? I ganked random people I primed on for like an hour, and 7 Pirate Keepers appeared. If you were to gank for an hour back in verse 1, you would get absolutely nothing. You would be lucky to even get a deep gem. so like you are just it's just not. Where the hell is that slot? Hold up. You know what? I'm just gonna look for Capra. There we go. This one. Yep. All right. But like there's no like rarity when it comes to legendary weapons, if you know what I mean. All of them are pretty much equal in rarity. The Deep Spindle is probably the rarest one in terms of actual rarity, but like nobody cares about any of the legendary weapons. Like some people might go out of their way. This Soulthorn took me 5 minutes to get. I sailed out there on a Deep Spindle build. I spent 5 minutes. And boom, Soulthorn. Like, it was so easy. It basically just handed itself to me. And think about it, like Storm's Eyes, Ignition, Deep Rosen's Hell Flames. These things aren't rare. Bolt Crushers, they come off bounty boards. Like I literally Wraith Claws, they just spawn on you. Like you don't have to work for it at all. You don't really. It's not really either that much luck. The rarest ones are like Wraith Claw and Deep Spindle because they're randomly generated events, or you have to go do something stupid to get one. And it just like nobody. If you go out and make a build, right, and you're like, oh well, I need a certain legendary weapon for my build. You don't have to worry about, oh well, I need to get this legendary weapon before I even think about starting to prog this build. No, you could prog the whole build and then be like, oh, well, now I need to go find my Curved Blade of Winds. Better just ask some random person in the Deepwoken general Discord if they could give me a Curved Blade of Winds, and that'll work. Nobody cares. You just have to offer like 3,000 notes, and people will be like, yeah, seems about worth it. Like, I would give maybe an arrow and a Roka for a damn Curved Blade of Winds at this point. Like, I do not care. Like, nobody, like, so, like, even earlier in Deepwoken, like, I'm talking pre-Diluvian, right? Which isn't even that far back, right? Relic, or not relics, legendary weapons, right, were actually worth something to me, right? But after Diluvian dropped, right, I made that PvE build in the 4x loot weekend, right? I made that. I didn't have any legendary weapons before that. I had like one curved and like a deep spindle or something. I made my PvE build in the 4x weekend. I farmed to Diluvian for that week-ish. And I have never farmed for a legendary weapon ever again. I've never even set foot in Diluvian Mechanism. You saw those relics? That's from the Halloween event. I AFK'd the Halloween event overnight, and I got all those relics. Like, you don't... They just hand stuff out to you at this point. Nothing is rare. Like, even relics, right? Which, I mean, relics are great. I love relics. And you can just get those for free whenever, every Halloween. You can just, like... there's no way I'm gonna make 25. Actually, maybe I will. But like a normal person wouldn't make 25 builds. I am the exception because I'm a YouTuber and I make builds like all the time. And I use the Moon's Eye Tome for a lot of my builds. But if you think about it, who is making 30 builds? That's how many Moon's Eye Tomes I got, by the way. So who is making 30 builds? And even if I run out of Moon's Eye Tomes, I could just go do Diluvian for 10 minutes and get like 20 relics. And I mean, not that it's a bad thing. I think the relics shouldn't be that rare. I love relics. Frogging in this game is a nightmare, and I fucking hate Etheron. So I don't ever want to do that. He's so boring. It takes like a ridiculous amount of time, and I prog my builds in a couple hours, and Etheron alone takes like 30 minutes. It's not fun. Especially if you're on like a PvP build, it's not at all fun to farm Etheron. Like, think about farming him with a little whatever. I'm getting off topic. Relics are common, and that okay. So earlier today, right, I was watching YouTube, as you do. I stumbled upon an agamatsu video. I can put up the thumbnail on screen if you don't know what I'm talking about. But basically, Archmage was saying that he should make it so that relics drop on death. Now, well, this seems like a horrible idea, and it gets worse. So he said that it would drop in war mode. Fine. You go into war mode, you're not going to have any relics on you in the first place. No, that's a moot point. Nobody's going to care. Who carries relics in a war mode? So just put them in your bank. Who cares? Next up, he said that they should drop in the depth. So down in the comments, can you explain to me more why that is a bad idea? It's kind of a rhetorical question, but the reason why it's a bad idea is because PvE builds do not stand a chance against any form of PvP build. There's so much cheese in this game. Think about it. You get assassinated by some attunementless assassin, right? You're gonna go be like 70% of your health is gone in a second. Like, genuinely. I'm not even joking. Those attunementless assassin kyrs cleave builds with like Tears of Edenkite, it just turn your health bar into dust. Like, you will just die. But on a PvE build, you're not supposed to. Well, how are you gonna fight back against that? Like, even if relics, right, which aren't very rare, mind you, you can get them from Diluvian and other such things, Slopluvian and other game modes, but they really have been suggesting the worst idea, the worst way to do it, the worst way to balance relics in a or to not balance relics, but to get relics to drop. Wiping people in the depths gives you relics, guys. I can, no unforeseen consequences there, right? Surely not. There will be no problems in Deepwoken if we allow people to jump each other in the depths for relics. Because most of the time, you're not going to be jumping a PvP build. Who would risk jumping a PvP build in the depths unless you're trying to wipe? Why not just target the squishy little Gale PvEs that can't fight back for those relics? Plus, you could just grip random freshies too, because they might have a relic that they might have a idol of Yun Shul or an armor's needle in their inventory or a smith's alloy. Horrible idea. Horrible. Just don't do that. Just please don't do that. Okay. Let's find a new topic to ramble on. Let's see. I'm kind of struggling for ideas. This video is only 15 minutes long, so I'm gonna need to extend that a good 15 for that ad revenue. So you guys can enjoy quality content. Oh yeah, the 2 crit problem. So if you have noticed, right, I'm sure everyone has, every single weapon in like the past 3 months has had more than 1 crit. Or had different gimmicks to the crits, right? So, what I mean by different gimmicks is like, think Hailbreaker, where you just have it just... where Hailbreaker literally just... Okay, I'll take Flamey first. But where Hailbreaker literally has like weird-ass stages. It's a trash weapon, don't get me wrong, it's not good. Every single weapon from the past, like... 3 months has had 2 crits. Even like Deep Spindle, Pyre Keeper. I'm sure everyone knows what Deep Spindle and Pyre Keeper. Nobody likes those weapons. But Deep Spindle and Pyre Keeper, as well as Imperator's Edge, Tailbreaker, obviously has a gimmick. Fractine, all the Hollowtide weapons only had 1 crit, but I'm not going to really count those because they all have weird-ass crits that are really annoying. And also, Wretched Mob Blades on release literally just one-shot people, so I don't know about that one shit. Then before that, we had the lovely new Blood Run. Of course, Blood Run is... Yeah. Then last week, the only weapon that they didn't have a new crit for that wasn't weird was ironically the weapon that nobody has that does 4 M1 damage because it has 4 base damage and like 7 medium scaling. It's that Relic weapon, the one that like splinter or whatever the fuck, that nobody has because they made it literally ungettable. What's the point of even adding that to the game, bro? Like, yeah. It is probably not going to be worth farming for. I don't recommend farming for it, but still. But like, why does every single weapon now need to have 2 crits? The newest pickaxe, it's not even a legendary weapon. It's not even a mythic weapon like a purple cloud or a pale briar. And those have 1 crit. It's not even one of those. It's just green. I have the weapon. It shows up green when you pick it up. You know, like a kyrs cleave or something. Why does it have 2 crits? Who asked for that? Nobody cares about the weapon having 2 crits. I certainly don't want the weapon having 2 crits. I find multiple crits on a weapon like actually boring because it kind of because it has so many options, you are kind of limited on like the mix-ups you can do with one of the criticals. Because if you do like if you jump in the air, it'll automatically perform the aerial critical. Whereas you can use, if you would prefer the grounded critical in the air, then you're just fucked. Like take the Deep Spindle running crit. Is horrible. It kind of screws you over whenever you use it if you don't have a deep scorn cast. And then like the rockmaller too. Holy crap. Every single weapon. Like the rockmaller, why did it need 2 crits? It could have been fine with just the 1. Railblade has 2 crits. I mean, that's been in the game for a long time. It's a legendary weapon. It's an actual legendary weapon, not just some green. That they just added multiple crits to for no reason. Why can't we just go back? Like, I think I've used the Trident Spear as an example before. But I really like the Trident Spear because it's simple. It's simple. It's just... A Trident Spear is literally a regular spear with a unique critical. I liked the Hollowtide weapons because they weren't too flashy. The criticals are pretty simple. I'm really only talking about the dagger and the spear, or the twin blade. The stupid heavy one is really goofy and really annoying to fight, but the twin blade and the dagger are pretty fine. But why do the Deepwoken developers feel like more crits equals better weapon? Because more people will not want to use the weapon if it has more criticals. Like, take the new pickaxe, for example. The only reason you'd want to use it is because it's literally just a medium weapon that has a slightly slower swing speed, but has the benefits of a heavy weapon. So, hyper armor, and you get some of the heavy weapon mantras, which are slightly better than the medium ones. The main reason, though, is hyper armor on the swings. And the fact that it procs Deado and other enchantments way faster than a medium weapon does. And it sucks because a lot of the things are just slop. They didn't even bother. And none of the game is balanced right now. Blood is still absolutely broken. They haven't touched it. Thunder still has a bajillion quote-unquote techs. Which I don't really think. I feel like those are bugs and should be removed from the game. Also, Discovery of Fire. Fucking hate that thing. Please remove it from the game. Genuinely, I will complain about Discovery of Fire until I stop existing. Holy shit, that it's not even a mantra. It's a tool. That tool is so annoying. Why can you just set people on fire for free? Anyway. Blood is still unbalanced. You can still backshot people, which they have no way to escape from. For more information, look up backshotting on Google. Anyway, there's so much broken shit. And then Permafrost Prison is still in the game. Shadow Vortex Grab Field is still in the game. Scarlet Cyclone is still... I know I've mentioned Blood like 3 times at this point, but Scarlet Cyclone is still in the game. Hate that move so much, bro. Literally just so much cheese. No. I have no mantras. I don't want to fight that. But Voidwalker is still really annoying to fight or to deal with because you just get landed upon by some random ass Voidwalker. You have to log from the server if you don't want to fight them. And it's like, bro, I have no mantras. I'm power 6. You do not need to do all that. Just the game's balancing is so shit. What other things do I know? I know there's so many more other problems right now. Yeah, oh yeah, light is trash. Medium is overpowered. Literally, you can just swing through everything with medium right now because it's annoying and nobody likes it. Hive Lord is busted regardless of how many Hive Lord players tell you it's mid because it has a slow swing speed. They're lying. It's still good. It will never not be good. It will always be good. It is a good weapon. Oh yeah, and don't even get me started on ganking, bro. Currently, ganking is... If you aren't on Jet Striker, you've lost. And let's just say there is so much current cheese currently, you can't even imagine ganking. And like with the whole thing, relics are supposed to drop in war modes. What war modes? Who does war modes? Please direct me to the nearest war mode enjoyer so I can tell them to not play that shit ass game mode and be intelligent. Because war mode has got to be the dumbest thing ever added to this game. Nobody plays it, by the way. Like, it's still so laggy. They haven't optimized anything. Yeah, guys, we optimized war mode so it wouldn't be as laggy, and we removed a lot of the mobs. Surely that'll stop stuff. No. Mobs still have static spawns in war mode. They never fixed that. Well, like, why would they? Why would they? They can just not do that. Oh, I'm so stupid. They could just... Well, why do that when they could just not? Oh, that it all makes sense. They could just not do that, and it would be perfectly fine because nobody cares, because nobody does the game mode, because it's so boring and unfun. Because have you ever tried to actually go into a war mode solo? I did once. I was only able to win like 1 out of 10, but The only reason I won was because I could Reaper the other people's kills. That's the only way you win, by the way. There is no other way. There is no other way to avoid or to go into win a war mode server anymore as a solo. Maybe actually with the things, but I still don't think so. And how we check? I think I did touch on Blood Run briefly, but can we take a moment to admire how little it's been nerfed compared to other relevant like attunements and other things? So think about Ironsing. Ironsing got gutted after release because you wanna know why? It one-shot people. Just straight up one-shot people. And now what happens with Blood is that when you are existing near a Blood user and they hit you with a Scarlet Cyclone, say goodbye to half your blood bar. You better be using something that gives you resistance against blood loss. You better not be thinking about attempting to run away from a blood user who's on a jet striker because that's all people play. Oh my goodness. Yeah, you're cooked, buddy. Especially if you're not on jet. Like, literally forget about ganking if you're not on jet striker. Voidwalker versus Voidwalker encounter. But just forget about ganking if you're not on jet striker. You will get destroyed and you won't be able to kill anybody. You wanna know why you won't be able to kill anybody? Because if everyone's on jet striker, right? Then you can't catch anybody. You know, the only way to catch a jet striker is another jet striker. Chain Warden, the oath that's supposed to, you know, keep people in place. No. That doesn't work. they just walk away and the chain breaks and they can't get away. Which is good. Don't get me wrong. I would fucking hate if Chain Warden was good. I hate Chain Warden, by the way. But it's just everyone runs the best oath in the game with just Jet Striker, by the way. In case you didn't already know, if that wasn't clear, Jet Striker is above all else the strongest oath in the entire game. There is no dispute. I better not see anybody argue against that. It is the best oath in the entire game. Fake Strike is annoying as hell. Jet Kick is one of the best moves in the entire game. And then the passives are unbeatable for ganking. You literally just can't do anything. In ones too, Jet Striker is still great because of aforementioned Jet Kick and Fake Strike. But like current ganks are such a mess, bro. It's just a bunch of heavy players running around, right, on Hive Lords and other hard-hitting weapons, and literally just one-shotting their opponents with one combo. Or Darksteel Greatsword Gales, or some other BS one-shot combo, sort of whatever. Because if you don't quick drop your opponent, they'll just run away the second they start losing. And as we all know, you can't catch someone who runs away in this game because there's no real countermeasures to running away on a track star. Like, I've been 1 bar on a Jet Striker, literally 0%, but I have dash and wind passage. So guess what? I can't be killed. Because that's how it works, right, guys? That's how this game should work. If you get someone to 1 HP, they deserve to be able to run away from you and just completely escape you because you are not on Jet Striker. With 2 mobility monsters geared specifically towards running away. That's how the game should be, right? Like, surely the developers thought that through, right? There's no way that these amazingly competent developers that added a weapon that literally just one-shots you into the game would ever think about making something at all unbalanced. We all know that they're geniuses and should be treated as such. I can't believe I would even think that they would make a mistake. Yeah, yapping at the devs aside, that's a Maharaga. Let's talk about the reason why the devs refuse to do bi-weekly updates. Me personally, I think I'm an advocate for bi-weekly updates, right? But I can understand why bi-weekly updates are a good thing, because the devs are lazy for, I mean, I hesitate to call them actually lazy, but what I mean is they do all the development work, from what I can tell, the day before they push the update, or the day of the update, actually. If we gave them 2 weeks, we'd get the same amount of content for a weekly, except it was just they had more vacation time. Because let's be real, there's no way that they were working on the update for the whole week. Think about it. Think about how the Hollowtide weapons dropped. One of them, right, the Hollowtide crit, the Maw, the whatever the fuck, the Maw, Wretched Maw, right? When that dropped, it quite literally, no joke, just one tapped you. Just 4 bars gone. I'll see if I can pull a clip, but I don't know if I still have a clip. But I'll put a clip up on screen of what I had that happen to me. But like, what? I thought you guys actually cared about your game, but clearly not. Not really. They don't really give a fuck. It's just so disappointing to see, because the game is great. The game is, it is by far my favorite Roblox game that I've ever played, and really one of my favorite games in general. It's awesome. I like the build crafting. I think they have an amazing system. And don't get me wrong, I do not want to diss on this game. This game is great. I really do like it. But they do so much dumb shit. They add so much slop. Like, what's like the tomorrow, right? Or not tomorrow, but on this Friday, I'm willing to bet they're gonna add like the Supreme battle pass, a Deepwoken battle pass with the ability to literally just you get with it, you get the annihilation cannon, which is literally just a heavy rifle that people have been asking for forever, except the crit literally just is a lionfish blast that does the equivalent amount of damage, like dead ass. That is what I have expected from these devs at this point, because every single weekend, or every single Friday, we get some new legendary weapon, some new that's either completely broken or complete ass, or we just get some weapon with multiple crits that is either completely broken or complete ass. Like, there's no in between. There's no well balanced weapons that the devs add. They just add stuff that is either completely and totally unfair, and it just makes you want to just tear your eyes and hair and you go hit with Deepwoken to tier 3 insanity off of just having to play against it. Have you ever fought a blood purple cloud? Well, I have. I can tell you, I wanted to tear my hair out because it was horrible. And they're never gonna make it balanced. They're never gonna balance blood. Blood will forever remain as strong as it is right now, apparently, because every single weekend they do nothing. And I mean, they're not gonna add anything to blood either, so it's gonna remain the exact same, and it's the exact same annoying state where every one of its moves is instant and nothing is fair and balanced. Like, take Crimson Rain. I know I've expressed my hatred for this move, or for that move, but it's genuinely unfair. It genuinely just should not exist. Wait, do I not have Flame Within? Are you kidding me? But literally, it's completely broken. Like, like, it's instant. I have a clip of me getting hit frame 1 from the Crimson Rain isn't supposed to be frame 1, but there's so many damn memory leaks with Crimson Rain that it ends up being frame 1, because whenever you use it, it lags the whole fucking server so damn hard that it makes your projectiles travel to your opponent instantly on their screen. I know this because I've been on the receiving end. Whenever you use Crimson Rain, it lags the entire server. It's like, how do you even do that? How do you fuck up that monumentally that your move is so unoptimized that the simple use of it injures the server's performance? The entirety of Blood is just one big memory leak. Like, you know, if you go back through the Deepwoken patch logs, I challenge you this. Look through the Deepwoken patch logs and try and find one where it doesn't say fix the memory leak. You won't be able to find one. I can guarantee you that. And you can say, oh, well, the devs are working towards fixing the memory leaks. No, they aren't. They haven't made any progress because every single update they make, they add like 7 new ones. Like, I think that's pretty obvious based off of how bad the game performs. Like, try and go into a server where more than 2 people are fighting at the same time. Like, fighting each other. You will literally not be able to move. Like, genuinely, everything will be in slow motion. You will take 3 minutes to pull out your sword. If the devs locked in, spent an entire week, not the 5 minutes before they have to upload their update, spent the whole week solely prioritized, solely fixing the bugs, not adding any new content, increasing server performance, increasing, well, not the server, but like increasing the servers, well, as again, not the servers, but increasing the game's performance so it doesn't injure the servers. Why can other games on Roblox handle 20 players in the same lobby perfectly fine? Like, think Phantom Forces, bro. Like, I know that game's simple, right? But it's still, you have a lot of players in the lobby. And there's a lot of guns, and there's a lot of weapon things. There's a lot of different things that work in Phantom Force. You have to keep track of grenades, points, all that stuff. Maybe it might be a little bit simpler than Deepwoken with its parry system and all that. But it's still a fairly complicated game. And it isn't laggy. You get, like, no memory leaks. Anyway, that's be it.